Dude, German bathrooms are pretty weird.
Sometimes you have to walk past the toilet to get to the shower.
Yeah, and you won't find a plunger pretty much anywhere.
And some Germans even poop on shelves, but it's not what you think.
Let's go ahead and take a deep dive into the dirty world of German bathrooms.
Let's do it.
Welcome back, I'm Geoff.
And I'm Alex, and we're two Americans who were living in Germany for over 10 years, here to share our experience with you.
Like George Washington, Alex cannot tell a lie. But guys, if you can, go ahead and hit subscribe down below, or hit us a super thanks if you're really liking and digging our vibes. But don't forget to also buy the like button, a bottle of Cotswold Scotch. You know what? His toilet just broke.
His toilet did just break, so let's help him out a bit.
And literally when your toilet's broken, things are backing up, if you know what I mean.
Yeah.
Speaking of backing up, whiskey?
Yes.
Okay. Cheers.
Cheers.
Now, speaking of German bathrooms, because,
Excuse me.
if you've never lived in Europe or Germany, you're gonna have a bit of a shock, or it seems like
You're gonna have a bathroom.
it seems like Americans are always gonna have a bit of a shock. I mean, you see on House Hunters Internationals all the time.
Oh my God, I love House Owners International.
Americans that come and they look at a German bathroom and are like, oh my God, it's so small. Oh my God, the washing machine's in the bathroom. It's like, yes, things are different in Germany
They also
than
want
they
like
are in the US.
3,000 square feet and a 2-car garage and 3 bathrooms in the middle of the city.
Right.
Can you find that for me?
If you've lived in Berlin, if you live in Germany, you know that, like most things in Europe, German bathrooms are much smaller than American sizes, and they won't exactly have all the furnishings that you'd find in an American bathroom. And because it's one of the only places to put it, you will randomly have, sometimes, a washing machine there. It's not a weird thing. And
It's not.
And some buildings in Germany, like the apartment I live in now, was built in 1896. So you have apartment buildings that were never designed to have bathrooms in them, because in that time people would go out to an outhouse, a community
Or they have
bathroom.
community bathrooms within the apartment building.
Right.
An interesting thing is, if you look at a lot of older bathrooms in Berlin now, and also all around Germany, I'm assuming, you'll see they're very long and skinny with a shower at the end and a sink. And you'll see like the bathroom, the toilet is just kind of plopped right in the middle of,
So you have to walk past the toilet
like around the toilet
to get
almost.
to the shower. And when we say narrow, we're talking about a meter wide, so about 3 feet wide and about maybe 20 feet long. And I've also seen where the toilet's at the end, but the shower's in the middle of the hallway, of this long corridor.
Right.
So you're walking and then suddenly there's just like a grate in the middle.
Like a little drain.
And so you stand in the middle and you shower. So there's weird setups. I even went to one person's apartment in Berlin where the shower was in the kitchen next to the stove. So, but anytime you see that, it's just because you have apartment buildings that are so old. When suddenly private bathrooms are being installed, they had to find weird ways to hook them in.
It's pretty inventive.
Yeah.
It's actually pretty impressive in my opinion.
Or most of the apartments I've had have very normal bathrooms. These weird bathrooms are not the standard, I would say. Most of what we have is a normal bathroom that's just much smaller than what you're used to back at home, yeah.
What you'll see a lot in some of the older bathrooms, but even some new ones too, it's not exclusive, it's not ageist, is what we like to call the poop shelf.
Yes, and this is very different from an American toilet. An American toilet is chock full of water. It has like 4 gallons of water.
So much water.
You're plopping your friend into a big bowl of water.
To the deep end. It's adult swim
Into the
time.
deep end, yeah.
The Germans decide, you know what? We don't need our poo to lay on water. We need our poo to lay on a nice porcelain shelf. And there's 2 reasons for this, Geoff. Do you know there are 2 reasons?
I mean, one is water savings, because you don't need the full bowl full of water.
There are 3 reasons, Geoff. That is 1. 2 is there's no splashback, which is nice.
True, which you have to worry about the splashback sometimes in the States.
Yeah.
I've had a splashback problem.
There is a time where if you do drop a big boy, it kind of goes forward. It can kind of like touch you on its way down.
I think you're getting way too descriptive for YouTube.
It's a lot. And 3 is it is a way also for people to look at their stool to make sure they're healthy. I learned that one recently.
Interesting.
Yeah.
And the big problem with these toilets is exactly what Alex just said. When I first moved to Germany, I'm used to a normal American toilet, and suddenly I look back and it's just on display, again, in this white porcelain. And the problem is,
It's beautiful.
when something gets fully underwater, what gets masked? The smell.
The smell.
That is a problem. So I've just learned that you flush the toilet faster in Germany, because I am not inspecting my poop.
Maybe in like 10 years, we'll have to inspect our dukes. I don't know the poop shelf toilet. I don't think you do either. Is it shocking? It's shocking.
And one part that comes with the poop shelf, and kind of German toilets in general, because they are generally at about 50% less water, the problem of the poop stains. This is not a problem I ever had back in the US because your poop's no longer falling into a fresh oasis. It is now hitting porcelain on the way down.
That is true. It is messy. The funny thing you will see in every toilet, public, private, there's always the, not that.
Don't do that.
Not that. There's the,
A toilet brush.
the toilet brush to clean the toilet.
Which is the opposite of the US, because in the US, every toilet, at least growing up where I grew up, it was a plunger.
Always a plunger.
In Germany, you will never find a plunger in any household. You will never see one.
So I've been to a shop and I've looked for plungers and just literally don't exist. I found one plunger one time. I thought it was pretty interesting, but they don't really clog that easily because there's not that like thing. It kind of goes like, just kind of sucks all everything down. And I also read that German pipes are pretty wide.
Oh, compared to the US?
Yeah, they have wider pipes. I read this. I don't know if it's true. It was probably a book.
Yeah. But don't worry about the German toilets because, as you said, like every toilet, because this is a known problem, will have the brush. But it's a new chore. You have to turn around and
every time.
Well, almost every time, I would say, and at least I don't know. You have to go back and do a cleaning, whereas in the US, it was not really a problem for me. But growing up, God, the toilets in my house used to clog all the time. So it was plunger action. So actually, it's just replacing one chore with another. So actually, maybe it's not actually additional work. It's just different kind of work.
Rather clean it than plunge it, I guess. But also, an interesting thing about toilets in Germany, the toilet floats. It's like in the air.
Not all, but yeah, the average German toilet does not mount to the floor.
There's nothing underneath.
It mounts to the wall. So you can take a mop and clean completely underneath the toilet.
So yeah, cleaning your bathroom is honestly, it's incredibly easy.
A lot easier. But so an American toilet, you have the bowl and immediately right behind it, you have the visible water tank that you can lift up the little porcelain lid.
Kind of fiddle with, figure out what's going on.
Etc. Yeah. But in Germany, on average, the toilet tank is in the wall. If you have a slight problem with the toilet, you can't really fix it, right? Like, didn't you have this problem recently?
No, I had a problem. My toilet kept running and I wanted to fix it. And you can take off the little flusher button.
You've been so aggressive with your hand gestures during this video with your brush and your button. I could take that off and see inside the tank, but obviously I couldn't fix it. We're in a States, you kind of take it off and you kind of, it's not that complicated. And you have full access in the States. Whereas
full access.
In Germany, it's a hole in the wall
frontal.
like this big and you can't get your hands in, so you have to hire a plumber just to do like a basic thing that in the States you could.
I don't know how they did it. Like it was
Specialized tools or like little like.
But I don't understand how they even could see inside.
Did he bring a small child with him who had like smaller hands? Who could
I was bringing your son to work today, so that could have been it.
And as you mentioned, the toilet flush system is usually a button that's about this big and you press on the wall rather than a typical chrome kind of like
Well, a lot of toilets have two buttons, one for number 2, one for number 1 to save water, which is also, you have one of the old school ones with one button.
But just the longer you press it, you can put more water
Yeah,
on.
or it's like you do a 2 press. But also, let's move on. I don't want to, not just talk about toilets, but also showers, Geoff. People need to get clean in the shower. If you're looking for an apartment, there's a very high chance that you're gonna get a bathroom with a tub.
But only a tub. So basically, I would say the on average situation is your bathtub is your shower. So you have the bathtub, you hang a little curtain, and that's your shower.
But it won't come with the curtain. The curtain is by yourself.
Of course not.
And install yourself.
No. In Germany, your apartment's come with nothing.
Nothing.
Which we'll talk about later on.
Not even a kitchen.
But your bathroom will not come usually with a standalone shower, which maybe you're used to in the States.
No, it definitely. They exist, but it's not as.
Because
I've seen more tubs than showers.
Because you have a brand new house, which includes one.
I have a shower and a tub, right?
But usually you only have one. I once had a flat share where we had a tub and a standalone shower, but that was like a luxury item. You know what I mean? Don't expect that. You're usually just gonna have a tub in which you'll shower in the tub. Since we're on bathrooms, we should also talk about restaurant, cafe, and bar bathrooms.
True.
People who haven't been to Europe don't really know this. They're kind of funny, like, and unique in a way.
It is. I mean, I find in the States, usually every restaurant has a bathroom where you can fit. It's in the men's room, at least 3 to 4 people, like 3 urinals and a toilet or something like that.
And it's on the same level as the restaurant. You
Right.
just walk to the back of the restaurant, and there's your bathroom.
In Europe, finding a bathroom is kind of like, have you seen the movie Labyrinth?
Yeah.
It's like that. You got to get past David Bowie.
And his huge package.
and
If you've seen the movie, you know what I mean.
And you gotta go down to the catacombs and get past the Pope and light a candle. And it's really hard to find. And then the bathroom is only for one person a lot of times. And it's covered, at least in Berlin, it's covered in stickers and graffiti and stuff. Doesn't mean it's dirty, but that's just Berlin bathrooms.
It's a little dirty. Usually, yeah, you're at a cafe or restaurant, you assume it's downstairs because almost always it's in the basement. So you're walking down 1 or 2 flights of stairs, around a corner, around a this, and then, but I think living in Berlin for so long, I've gotten used to them not being in the normal spot.
Yeah, you have like a little radar. I mean, unfortunately, it's not great for people who are differently abled because you need to walk down steps all the time.
That's not necessarily a choice. It's, again, these are buildings that are 100, 120 years old. Adding in an elevator or a ramp are extremely difficult.
All new buildings need to have all the code.
But for these older ones, but I kind of find it like a fun adventure. Hey, like, where's the bathroom?
I don't want to look embarrassed. I don't want to look like I'm walking around aimlessly.
Because you do end up walking, that's the private office, or going down this, I'm trying this hallway and see where this goes, But
so knowing your bathroom, you know your city when you know what the bathrooms are.
Absolutely. Speaking of needing a bathroom soon, what'd you think?
This one, I'm gonna give a 6.5 out of 11.
Cool, I'm gonna give it 3 gold stars.
Love it.
Cheers.
And
well, before we go, Alex has something to say to you. The thing he always says.
Like always, everyone, please stay safe.
Stay healthy.
And stay thirsty.
Oh, we cheers before again.
Again, not on point.
Let's move on.
We've had some beers.
Buy the like button a bottle of Cotswold Scotch.
It is Scotch.
You know what? I f***ed myself up with all that, so let's go.